If you're that type of investor who enjoys losing all of your money, then boy, do I have a stock for you. And the name of that stock is Voyager freaking Digital. Oh my God. So as of right now, the stock is down 15%. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually down 17% in the market right now, which is open. And this is one of those stocks that I got to be honest and say I probably dislike this stock and company probably more than a lot of stocks in the stock market. And what makes me so upset is there are so many YouTubers who keep pumping this stock and talking about it, even though it is so blatantly obvious that this is a terrible company fundamentally. And I just have to talk about it, guys. It's just really upsetting. And no disrespect to anybody who talks about this stock. I mean, obviously, except for Jeremy, because in my opinion, Jeremy's a grifter. But let's just go ahead and get right into the fundamentals in their earnings report. By the way, the stock's down 18% and going lower. I mean, oh my God. Oh, let me just say this. This stock has dropped at literally after every single earnings report for the last like 4 earnings report. Literally every quarter they report earnings, their stock drops afterwards. It is absolutely incredible. Like every single quarter. You would think that a lot of people will realize by now that this is a terrible company, but no, unfortunately, there are still people on the YouTube platform making videos about this terrible stock. And again, no disrespect to anybody except for Jeremy, because Jeremy is just such a grifter. I know there are other YouTubers who talk about it, and I have no comment on that. All I can really say is in this video, I am going to prove to you why this is a terrible fundamental company. By the way, it is now down 19%. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, first let's go ahead and start off with this, right? So Voyager Digital actually announced today a common share private placement of approximately $60 million anchored by leading crypto companies. So this is basically a share offering. This is Voyager Digital essentially trying to raise business capital by offering equity shares, right? And big red flag for me, why are you doing it at $2.34 per share? Like, keep in mind, this was a company that was like $20 last year or something like that, $15 or something crazy like that. It's just like, oh my goodness, like this is really bad. Like share dilution is one of the worst things you can do to shareholders. And to make matters even worse, here's one of those things that just really has you scratching your head and just makes you say, yeah, I don't think management or the CEO is doing a good job, and they frankly should probably be fired. So take a look at this, right? Literally like less than 8 months ago, not even a year ago, Voyager Digital was actually buying back their own shares. They had so much cash because of the crypto bull run. They were actually buying back. They were repurchasing their own company stock. Fast forward to now, just 6 to 8 months later, essentially, now they need money and they're raising money via a share offering. And it's just absolutely disgusting. And scroll here. They don't even exactly tell you why. They just say proceeds to be used for general corporate purposes. What in God's name does that mean? And how incompetent of a management team are you to go from doing share buybacks, which benefit shareholders, to a share offering, which dilutes shareholders? I mean, holy freaking cow, folks. And then take a look at their income statement here. Here's where it starts to get really, really insane. So take a look all the way down here. I don't know if I can highlight, but maybe I can. Yeah, I can. Take a look all the way down here at their total operating expenses, right? Operating expenses essentially, this is in thousands, essentially went from $30 million in 2021 to $145 million. Well, golly, one, that's about a 5x. That's literally almost a 5x in operating expenses. That's one. And two, I mean, well, golly, it's starting to kind of make sense as to why they might need to raise this money, right? I mean, holy freaking cow. Excuse me. So you've got that. And net loss went down, but still pretty high. Still at $61 million. The other part is transaction revenue. Now, a lot of people aren't too mad at this because they're like, well, crypto's kind of in a bear market. So you could kind of expect that transaction revenue will go down, especially considering the fact that Coinbase's transaction revenue went down as well. But here's where it starts to get scary, right? Because crypto bear markets actually last for a while. At least traditionally they do. And so crypto bear markets last for a while. And what's worrying me about about that is that can affect this company for a while to come, which is why I always say these crypto brokerages need to figure out other ways to make money. They need to diversify their business. It cannot just be fully dependent on crypto, because crypto goes in cycles. It has these crazy cycles where it's to the moon, and then it has these cycles where it's trading flat for years. At least that's what it's historically done. So you just got to be really careful with the stock. Now, going back to the operating expenses, because like I said, this is just insane that you 5x'd your operating expenses. So let's go ahead and figure out how they did that. Well, here's how right here. Rewards paid to customers. Now, what's interesting about this rewards paid to customers is they're actually getting sued by several different states because of their rewards program. So different states are coming at them after this, but holy cow. I mean, good God Almighty, they're really trying to pay out those rewards to their customers. The fact that they went from essentially 7 million in 2021 to 59 million, and that's what's showing up on this total operating expense down here. Now, why they're doing that, I have no idea. You look at their marketing and sales. Their marketing and sales significantly went up. They were at approximately 8 million. In 2021, now we're at 30 million. So like I said, I'm not really happy about that. Take a look at this too. I know it's very small, but that share-based payments, it did go up a little bit. And you guys know how I feel about this. If you're not doing a good job running the company, you don't deserve share-based compensation. I'm sorry. Now look over here, compensation and employee benefits. It looks like they pulled a Coinbase, right? You essentially went from 2 million to 12 million in compensation and employee benefits. So honestly, Voyager Digital really is reminding me of another Coinbase, right? They're essentially taking more care of their employees than shareholders. And I don't have an issue with you taking care of your employees, but you shouldn't be hiring more than you can handle. And what's bothering me is it really looks like they pulled a Coinbase, and a lot of the money that should essentially be going to shareholders is going to their employees and all the people that they're newly hiring and things like that. Even if you go down here to professional and consulting, I mean, they have significantly increased their operating expenses. It's actually pretty incredible. Professional and consulting went up from approximately 1 million to 6 million. General administrative went from 1.9 million to 7.7 million. And that is where you get this final number of 145 million for total operating expenses. So like I always say, the financials and the earnings reports will always tell you everything you need to know. If you want my honest opinion, I think the management for this company is terrible. If we put everything into perspective, they're getting sued by a bunch of different states. They've essentially 5x their total operating expenses, right? I think they were positive, weren't they? They were positive in operating profit at one point, and now they're negative in operating profit. So now, like I said, they're essentially going backwards, not forwards. This company is not a good company, in my opinion. I don't know why anybody would own it. Forget about it being very risky. I think there's a very good chance that this company probably won't make it. And I think that Coinbase is a better buy. Now, I'm not saying I would buy Coinbase either. I would really stay away from these crypto brokerages, to be honest with you. I would rather just buy crypto outright. But for me, Voyager Digital is a no-go, and I am just not a fan of this company, to be completely honest. Now, let me highlight one more thing, because I know people are going to say this. They're going to be like, oh, well, look how much their revenue is increasing. Yes, I get it. The revenue is going up. Congratulations. But until they fix this section right here, this total operating expense right here, and they stop doing dumb things like getting a bunch of money and doing share buybacks just for them to flip literally 8 months later and do a share dilution of their shareholders, until they get that together, I don't know why anybody would invest in this company. And so there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.